Forbes Riley is the founder and CEO of Forbes Factor that has generated over $2.5 billion in product sales. Forbes is considered to be the master of the pitch and selling and a world-renowned speaker and consultant to both Fortune 500 companies as well as huge celebrities. Forbes is the pioneer of the health and fitness industry and is a legend in the infomercial space.
She's the face that launched 1,000 products. TV pitch woman, Forbes Riley.
My whole goal is to inspire people to live a better life. And I get to do that through products.
She is also an award-winning TV host and media personality and is the go-to voice for pitching and selling in the areas of broadcast and cable TV, digital, and print media.
Hi, my name is Forbes Riley, and they affectionately call me the Pitch Queen.
I coach CEOs of Fortune 100 companies who have stood there and told me, Forbes, you pitch my company better than my marketing team.
Because my philosophy is, it doesn't matter how much money you've got in the bank, if you don't feel good when you wake up in the morning and you're not vital and energetic, you're not good to be around, you're not good to yourself.
I may be your biggest fan.
The secret of everything that I do and everything that we all do, and people who really get what they want, is what? They know what it is.
I've grossed $2.5 billion by tweaking people's pitches on infomercials. You hear things differently than I do. I hear money every time somebody talks. I hear enrollment, engagement. I hear things differently, and I hear that for you. And I do that over and over again. Make an agreement. Your word matters. Your word is actually all you have in business. The better you are at giving it and keeping it, the better your income will be. You can't deny that the foundation of who you are, studying, training, going to events, associating with people, those are things you must do every day.
Yeah.
When someone says to you, what do? They do not care what you do. They don't? No, they care what you can do for them.
And then something happened, the magic, that person that you're pitching must do something. They must buy into it with their dollars. They must pay attention. Or they just buy into you and your concept. If they're not doing that, I don't care how good your idea is, what happens to it? Nothing.
When Forbes speak, women listen and men listen. Why? Because she has something to say and give methods and techniques that people can use every day to change their lives.
Don't pitch me an idea that nobody needs. Don't come up with an idea that you love so much. My family loves it. My cat thinks I'm genius. My mom loves me, and nobody wants it. Fill a hole, fill a need. It's a lot easier.
A friend loves you the way you are. I love you way too much to leave you that way. Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, and so excited that you're here with Impact Players. Now, if you noticed, you look around, I'm actually not in the theater. One of the things I'm doing right now is showing how you can be in two places at once. I'm actually in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Now, why am I here? Well, I made a very special promise to my dear love, Joshua Self, that I would support him in all of his, in his fitness competitions. So Joshua, come here for a second. I need you to step in and say hi to everybody. Everybody, this is Joshua Self.
Hello.
All right, let me see a little muscle here.
A little muscle.
Oh. All right, so we are here. You getting ready for what?
The World Championships.
Yeah, all right, I wish you luck. I love you. So one of the things that we get to do in life is, with technology, be in two places at once. I'm going to take just a few minutes of your time, but hopefully inspire you out of your mind. Does that sound cool? Say yeah. Come on, say yeah. I hear you. No, I didn't hear you. Say it one more time. Yeah. Okay, I think I heard that. First, I want to say hi to Mr. Ed Milet and thank him for being part of the tour. He has been an inspiration since I met him at 10X with Grant Cardone and company. But I may tell you something, a very gracious, amazing, powerful man I've learned a lot from. So big heart, I know you're going to do great today. And then Tim Story, also a man who has a beautiful place in my heart. His message is loud and bold and passionate, comes from the heart. So to both of you, I want to say hi. To Joel Gonzo, oh my gosh, look around you. This all happened because this man said it was possible. He said through our words and our commitment, we can make impact on your life. And I think we're doing just that. So to all of you, give a big round of applause to all three of them. Yeah! All right, so what are we doing here today? Number one, you really can be in two places at once. One of the things we talk about in my company, and I know I'm starting to sweat and I apologize, but it's really hot out here. One of the things we talk about in my company is always say yes. Now this is a very unusual concept. So many people and so many times when you ask someone a question, the first response they have is no. I think in customer service training, they just learn to say no, not my responsibility. In my world, we say yes. So if I said to one of my team members, hey, I need you to go jump over that bridge, they go, yes. Well, that seems odd, right? Well, guess what? They're going to come back to me and say, Forbes, it's a little too far to actually jump. What we have to do is actually build a bridge. The bridge costs $65,000. It's going to take 3 weeks. Do you still want the bridge? Will we still jump over that? And I might go, maybe not, or maybe I do. So when you leap in, you literally leap and the net will appear. Someone says to you, hey, I've got an opportunity. Take the leap and suss it out. Don't be the one to say, oh, I can't, I'm nervous, I'm scared. Those emotions, they keep you hindered and stuck to the way you are. Now, we're all right here today because of all the things we've been doing. If you want to stay stuck that way, keep doing those same things. In my world, you want to up your game, you got to change your thinking. So I've got 3 ideas for you. So let's start with, what do you want? Now, if you've seen me, you know I ask that question all the time. Now, one of the reasons I ask that question is because that one question changed my life. You know, many years ago, I was in Los Angeles working to be an actress, and I was given an amazing opportunity to sit with the head of Universal, the #2 guy, who probably could have changed my life as an actress if I could have figured it out. Now, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be a star. I wanted to work with Julia Roberts. I wanted to be with Steven Spielberg. I had all these jumbled thoughts in my head. I wanted to walk on the red carpet, get an Oscar, blah, 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 right? But here's the crazy thing. When Tom Pollock said to me in that office after we did our little small talk, he said, so what do you want? And I didn't even have a good answer. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I want? I want so many things, and I rambled. He pushed a dime across the table, and this is how long ago that was, when a dime would make a phone call, and he said, don't call me when you figure it out. And I left, and I had to tell the man who set that meeting up that I blew it. And since then, almost 20 years, I've been plagued with, what do you want? Because I'll tell you what, you can manifest almost anything. Joel Gonzo had a small idea. No, he had a big idea. He said, I want to be the entire Wiltern Theater, 1,800 seats, and that's where I want my Impact Player store to be. And bam, he made it happen. He got people together because he had a vision and clarity and focus. And he did what I'm going to teach you to do right now. How to get and manifest anything and everything that you want. That's the game. That's the name of life. See that cute guy over here? How did I get him? Because I finally decided, 1, that I was worth it, and 2, I knew what I wanted. You know, I'll give you a little bit of backstory before I get into how you can manifest anything and everything. But I grew up in New York as an awkward, ugly little girl. Yeah, at 8 years old, I ran into a baseball bat, and it shattered my nose. And so I had an awkward nose that kind of grew off the side of my face. I had braces for 8 years of my life, from the time I was 8 until I was 16. And then when I was in high school, oh man, and this is really tough. My dad had an industrial accident. He slipped on a printing press, and he cut the whole front of his hand off. My beautiful dad would spend the next 3 years in the hospital having 15 operations. Well, I'll tell you what, it laid the foundation and the groundwork for changing my perspective. See, I didn't get to go to high school football games or basketball games. I spent a lot of time in the hospital. I spent a lot of time talking about the mechanics of the human body. Maybe that's why I love my fitness products so much, and I'm so committed to that. My mom fought her weight her entire life. She was about 260 pounds. I saw in the hospital the kind of crappy food that they serve people. And I made a lot of decisions about what I wanted to do in life. But let's get back to you. What do you want? So if I say that to you, think about it. Maybe even get out your pen and paper. Write down the first 5 things that you want. Let me do a little mind predicting here. You probably wrote down financial freedom. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you something about financial freedom. Be careful what you wish for. Financial freedom that's getting a big cardboard box, living under a bridge, no light bill, no phone bill, no responsibilities. No. When you make millions of dollars, I will tell you what, you're anything but financially free. Okay, oh, wait, you want to travel. Yeah, see, that's not good enough either. I don't want you to just say that word as though maybe one day it might happen. I want you to go right now and pick out the trip that you want to take. Maybe it's to Greece. I did this to Santorini. I cut out the picture I wanted, I stuck it on my vision board. And if you don't have a vision board, man, we have to talk. See, when you can have a vision, we talk about visionaries. You think about JFK. He looked up at the moon and said, I want to go there. What? No one had ever, you can't walk to the moon, you can't drive to the moon. He said to a group of very smart guys, I want to go there and I want to beat the Russians to get there. And they all sat down with that vision and said, we have to do this. They knew with clarity what they wanted. The second part of this equation is, why do you want it? Well, in that particular case, the Americans wanted to get it to beat the Russians. There was a Cold War going on. It was about ego, right? That's a good driver. What is the why that you have? Yeah. The why, no. See, the why is not I want to make millions of dollars. No. The why is I want to leave a legacy for my family. I want to get my kids through college. I want to have enough to retire on. For me personally, I want to be able to write $10,000 checks anytime I want to anybody that I think needs it. That's why I strive so hard to make top dollar. So that why becomes very important. Why am I in the fitness industry? Well, and it's a powerful one, because I took my mom when I finally first made a lot of money, and I bought her a year-long membership at a health club. I thought, wow, that would help her, right? She struggled with understanding exercise and food and nutrition. And I got her to the front door of this health club in Long Island, New York. And she got to the door and she wouldn't go in. I said, Mom, come on, we're going in. And she said, I can't. One of my least favorite words. I said, what do you mean you can't? I said, you're going in. She said, I can't. I said, Mom, what's going on here? She said, I thought I could. I thought I could get here and do this. But for me, everybody in there knows more. They're fitter. They're going to make fun of me. They're going to look at me. I won't feel uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. I said, and then she started to cry and I lost it. We both lost it. I took her home and she never did go to the health club. But I made a decision at that moment that nobody should suffer at home. Nobody should suffer in silence in their own bodies. And there's all kinds of reasons, whether it's knowledge or sickness or whatever it is that consumes you, but swallowing in your own body is not a fun, healthy place to be. So I created some innovative products that we do at home and helped to change the industry. I actually ended up in the National Fitness Hall of Fame because my why was so deep. I look at Joshua, you saw him, right? Why has he been dieting and spending 2 hours in the gym since July? Why? One reason, he's actually going to get on stage, basically wearing nothing and being judged for everything he's worth against other people who've also had that kind of commitment. And the crazy thing about his sport, it's not like you can practice, we're going to go out there and play a game. It is all in your body. It is all what you eat and how you work out and what your mentality is. And I've watched and I've learned that his why is like a switch. There was no going back. I mean, we had tempting things and desserts and parties and cakes. Not once since July did he ever say, oh, I just want a little. No. His why was so solid. I spent 8 years of my life on TV with a man named Jack LaLanne. Now, if you don't know who Jack is because you're a little young, you want to Google this man. This man created the word fitness. He had the very first health club in 1936. When I met him, he was already in his late 80s, but he was so passionate that people should get fit and healthy and knowledgeable. And his why was that he didn't want anyone else to suffer like he did. He was 15 years old when he heard his first health lecture. And he understood that sugar was bad, and he got on this train and he never got off of the train. In fact, he devoted his entire life to that. So I'm going to ask you the question. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? If it's to make a lot of money, go do something else. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, everyone thinks, hey, entrepreneurism, I don't have to work for anybody, it's no big deal, I just make a little funnel and bam. No, I'll tell you what, when you're an entrepreneur, the definition means that you're willing to work 80 hours a week for yourself so you don't have to work 40 hours a week for someone else. Now, I'm a big fan of entrepreneurial. I'm a big fan of it, but I will tell you there's some pitfalls. See, one of the things is you may not have gone to class to study what it means to be an entrepreneur. Have you studied how to engage, how to create rapport, how to speak on a stage, how to be good on camera? If you haven't, no. See, I have a lot of doctors and lawyers that I train. They went to college for something else. And as one of my dear friends says, they had an entrepreneurial seizure. Yeah. All of a sudden, they are having to write payroll checks and having to do marketing and create books and branding and credibility. Wow, it's a little overwhelming. Unless you've got a good mentor and a good mastermind. And that is why I'm part of the Impact Players Tour. They do offer an amazing mastermind of all of the big thinkers so that you can benefit from it. Let me tell you the story about how one man can change your life. So I was in college and I had this vision of being a lawyer because I was too scared and didn't believe in myself enough. I really wanted to be an actress, okay? But that wasn't a real occupation. That was not something you really studied, at least not in my family, it wasn't. And so I did all the training, but all throughout my high school, I always auditioned for the plays. I always wanted to be in theater, right? I never got the leads. I didn't even get the second lead. And you know what I got? I got chorus, townsperson, third from the left. That was usually my name of my character. And even though I dreamed in my head I could be so much more, it was not coming to reality. Well, I got to college and I still did drama and I participated in theater class, but I had never gotten a lead in a play. My senior year, I auditioned for Shakespeare's As You Like It. It's the biggest play that he ever wrote for a woman. She not only gets to be herself on stage, she dresses up like a guy, she's manipulative, she gets her way, she solves problems, she's an amazing character, right? So I got my audition ready and I do Rosalind to the best of my ability, thinking never gonna happen. I go to the call board and I look down and sure enough, well, there's nothing under chorus. There's nothing under townsperson. And I'm thinking to myself, did I not even make the play? What? So I keep looking to the very, very top and oh my gosh, at the very top there was the name Rosalind and there was my name. It took me back, it scared me, I didn't actually know what to do with it. So I went to the professor, David Richmond, and I said, hey, I've never had a lead in a play. I always wanted one. This is an amazing character, it's my senior year, why would you give this to me? And he said, you have an unbelievable empathy, a compassion that I've never seen in a kid your age. You have a great voice and ability to communicate, and what a waste to have people couldn't hear this and experience you. And he continued on to say things that just blew my mind. Now here's the crazy thing about Professor David Richmond. He was 100% legally blind. He couldn't see me. He couldn't see all the frizzy hair and the little pimples and the crooked nose. He couldn't see any of the things that kept me from believing in me. And here's the funny thing, by the time I got to college, the nose had already been straightened, the braces came off, I actually looked kind of cute. But in my head, I was still kind of ugly and awkward. So it took a blind man to see who I really was. His belief in me was enough for me to leave college. I graduated with 2 degrees in 3 years. I picked up the phone, I said, hey, Mom and Dad, I love you very much, and I appreciate the education and the dedication that you put into getting me here, but I'm going to New York to become an actress. And you know what they said? Go for it. They said, They said, we believe in you and we always have. Funny thing is, I spent a lot of time trying to prove to my parents that I was worthwhile, that I was enough. And it turns out that I was enough just because I was. I didn't learn that lesson. I'm sorry, I just can't stop crying. I didn't learn that lesson until I gave birth to my twins. It doesn't matter what they do. They're my babies. They're wonderful, and I love them. And I finally realized that rather than try to do all these achievements to get my parents' approval, I just had to make myself happy. I had to be the best version of me. That's one reason I'm talking to you today. I discovered that one of my passions, while it's great being an actress and speaking other people's words, it's more impactful. Sorry. I'll take a breath. It's more impactful standing here wherever I am and speaking to you, into your heart, into touching your soul, into motivating you to be the best that you can be. I've had an amazing career. In my career, I've grossed more than $2.5 billion. Yeah, I know. Take that in for a second. I've done that through 182 infomercials. I'm the highest grossing infomercial female host of all time. Kind of funny. And now that there are no more infomercials, I may keep my title. I've done home shopping for 28 years. I take this relationship through a camera lens, and I have to sell between $2,000 and $5,000 a minute, every minute that you're on. I've been on in 5 countries, and if you don't do that successfully, they kick you off. My highest single grossing day, 24 hours with my spin gym, I grossed $1.2 million through a camera lens in 24 hours. You want to know how I do this? Reach out to me. Yeah, I teach classes, I do trainings. We're on a mission here to support you in your dreams in any way that we can. Whether it's by bringing you amazing speakers like you're listening to today, or pushing you and saying, hey, come join the mastermind so we can put you in a hot seat and really see how your business is going to grow. I firmly believe that life happens for you, not to you. So many of you say, oh, I can't do this, and why would I do that? And I'm like, look, one of the things that I specialize in is getting you to change your vocabulary. If you're within striking distance of me and I ask you a question and you say, I don't know, bam, I hit you in the head. I do. Why do I do that? Because it doesn't matter whether you know or not. Most of the things that I've done in life, I had no idea how to do them. Just leap and the net will appear. Like I said in the beginning of this speech, throw your hat over the ring and say, yes, you can do it. I believe you can get on stage as a speaker. I believe you can double, triple, and amp your Facebook following, create a tribe, live your dream, help others, do all the things that in the beginning of the exercise when I said, what do you want, that you really do want. But I'm going to give you a little secret behind that question. What do you want? You know what you really want? You want respect. You want love. You want appreciation. You want to pay it forward. You want to truly understand that what you're doing matters in life. I will tell you, when you come to own those things, that's amazing. The second stuff, and by the way, in the what do you want category, I'm going to urge you to get so specific that you could manifest. In fact, we even have a word for this now. We call it Forbesing it. I have a new book coming out on November 14th. What have you Forbesed lately? Yep. You know what Forbesing means? To manifest something, especially when no one else thinks you can. When people say, no, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? You know, I Forbesed that. So the question I've got for you guys is, what have you Forbesed lately? What manifested into your life because you were so clear that you got it? The bigger, the better. But the more specific, that's how you get it. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about Grubhub, right? Grubhub is the company you call them and you ask them, you know, they'll deliver food to your door, right? So, hello Grubhub, hello ma'am, what, oh, please don't call me ma'am. Hello miss, what can we get you? Well, let's see, I would like a hamburger. Oh no, wait, I had a hamburger yesterday. How about some Chinese? No, maybe not Chinese. Ma'am, would you, and then now they call you ma'am because they're frustrated. Can we call us back when you know what you want? Click. And then you end up with nothing and you're hungry and you're confused. But I told them all the things that I wanted. No, you were confused, you were jumbled, you weren't clear and laser. Hello Grubhub, yes, hi. What do I want? Well, I want a Caesar salad with chicken on the side, no croutons. Bam! 15 minutes later, you know what shows up at your door? Caesar salad, extra chicken and no croutons. How did they know? How did they know? Because you told them. You were that clear, you were that specific, you were that's what I want. And then it shows up. When you challenge yourself to say, here's what I want. I want my speaking career. I want to earn $10,000 a month. I want to take my family to see the Eiffel Tower. You put that on your board. You make those declarations to yourself. Start telling people about it. That's my whole motto about dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Don't just dream it and sit home and hope somebody's going to knock on your door. There are actionable, measurable steps. So I'm going to get to see you guys in February. So how about we make a declaration here in the few minutes that I've got left? What is it that you want? Could you go on social media and say, Forbes, here's what I want. I'm going to make that declaration. Joshua did it in July. I want to win the Mr. World Championship title for WFF in Puerto Vallarta on November 9th. Guess what? We're here. It's happening. Watch. It will happen because he wants it. And he wants it so bad. Now, will you always get everything you want? No, but I'll tell you what. If you want it and you come even close to most of your big dreams, you've lived an amazing life. All right, I think my time is up here. The last part is you want it, you know your why, is giving you permission to go get it. Yeah. Now, I'm not the Wizard of Oz, although if I asked a couple of you, what would you like permission to do? You're liable to tell me things I've heard in the past. Oh, I want to live a great life. I want to be successful. I want more clients. I want to be the person. Why would you ask someone else for permission to do that? Start granting yourself permission to be amazing. Look in the mirror in the morning and go, I hereby, and say it very clearly, I hereby grant you, literally looking at you, permission to be amazing. I hereby granted myself when I started this video to move your hearts and your minds so that you expand and become the greatest vision of yourself. That's my personal mission. I've given myself permission to do that anywhere and everywhere that I want. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys in February. My name is Forbes Riley. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here for Joshua and to be there for you. Give Joel Gonzo a big hug and a thank you when you see him. And I will see you next time. I hereby grant you permission to live your most amazing life. Adios.